welcome to Mono Rants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. Or, for the next 4 weeks, not that at all. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and returning after a mysterious absence to cause all sorts of drama is my co-host and master of none, Ciara.
Yeah, that seems about accurate.
The mysterious absence or the all sorts of drama?
All sorts of drama.
Yep. And a lot in just one episode alone.
I know,
in fairness.
Jesus Christ. Like, in fairness, it's the pilot, so it was the one that was like, we gotta hook ya!
Yeah, they cram a lot in there. I don't know that they hooked me, but we'll get onto that later on. Because it's March again, and time to do something a little bit different.
March Madness!
A little bit painful for me.
Yeah, always fun. Torturing you.
And those of you who listen to our GNV rants will be familiar with the fact that, while our tastes in TV and film are largely the same, they differ on one core thing, which is teen dramas.
Yeah.
I don't watch them, you do.
Brain rot TV, there are things I return to over and over again when I'm...
Yes.
Like, when I can't find something to watch, or like when I'm doing stuff,
so
I'll whack it on just so it's on in the background.
We've picked 4, and we're going to do the pilots of 4.
Yeah.
Starting with probably the one you've watched the most.
Yeah, because I watched it when it came out. I think I watched like the first season because I was intrigued because the idea of it at the time was really, really cool. Like, it's very much of its time. And also there's a touch of that. The reason I watched The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is that let me have a look at
lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Yeah, it's kind of the same reason everybody goes on like Daft or Zillow or Rightmove and has a look at the expensive houses in the area when they go up for sale. Just to have a nosy.
Whereas I, however, couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather just sit down and watch I'm Rich on GTA TV.
She's got real tits. Or fake tits.
Stuffed with rubies. Her daddy bought her diamond miners for her 18th birthday.
When she could walk again.
Oh man, that's some of the funniest shit. Anyway, so you love teen dramas. I don't.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the 4 pilot episodes of your favourites, starting with Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
And the incredibly imaginatively titled pilot.
Yes.
Which I'm expecting is going to be the case for nearly all of the shows that we do.
I think they are, yeah.
But the show itself has a 7.5 rating on IMDb.
It ran for a really long time.
It ran for what, 5, 6 seasons?
Yeah, they did attempt a spin-off. There was one episode in a later season that was going to be Serena, the main-ish character, the Blake Lively's character.
Yeah.
The bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be her mom's teenage / early 20s.
And
being like a groupie in LA.
That was one of the more entertaining references in this episode for me. There was a reboot as well, wasn't there, in like 2021 or 2022?
Yeah, but it didn't really go anywhere. I think
2 seasons.
I think that because the premise of having this gossip blog website that sent out email blasts and people sent in tips, like this was very much the early days of social media. I mean, there's a fucking MySpace reference.
Well, there is a MySpace reference. Also, now, you don't need the gossip website because everybody's just putting up what they do all the fucking time anyway.
So things like that, like it very much in the if old internet, like Perez Hilton, where people would send in tips, TMZ, like that kind of style where you had to either be like watching the channel or you would get the email alerts to be like up to date. Well, and also because this is all seems to be primarily like focused on these couple of really elite schools.
Well,
and like the adults don't really seem to give a shit about it, but they're all on Gossip Girl.
The adults are?
No, the kids.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, it only seems to focus on one school largely in this episode.
Yeah, no, it does largely focus on the 2 schools because they're like the
2 schools.
Yeah, it's actually a boys' school and a girls' school.
Oh, right, okay.
They share some of the same.
I don't remember that being established. But
No. It's St. Jude's, I think, and Constance something or other.
I don't care.
No, nobody did that.
Expect to hear that a lot this
episode. But they're like supposed to be like the most elite private school in Manhattan. So obviously they're the richest. They're the ones that are like of most interest.
And I can see why this is the show that you go back to the most of all as well, because
it's fun to hate on them too.
Yeah, and you do have that fascination with the fancy peoples on reality TV shows as well.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't give a shit. So this one was, I'll say it was well written. I'll give them that. The episode was well written. I didn't much care for the subject matter.
No.
But as I said, 7.5 on IMDb for the series at large, 84% Rotten Tomatoes, and the pilot episode has 7.5 as well.
Yeah.
So it's fairly well enjoyed, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think like there was like Gossip Girl tours and stuff like that. I think it did kind of bring...
I like the Made in Manhattan tours on The Boys.
Oh yeah. And there's like Sex and the City tours as well. But basically it did a lot to boost kind of like the visual appeal of New York, because a lot of the shots, like the pan overs and stuff like that, do make New York like, you know, glamorous and not terrifying and full of rubbish and muggers and...
Oh, well, that's because it's in the rich parts.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's what you're going to get in the rich parts.
So like it did a lot to boost like the public profile of New York. So they kind of embraced it, and like because a lot of
the city embraced the show.
Yeah, because a lot of the places that they go to are like real places. So they were all getting like free exposure because it was like, oh, the cast were here filming. Oh, you know, underage drinking in our bar. Come have a booze.
Right, well, let's get on to the underage drinking bit in a second, but we'll do a summary and then talk about the episode itself. I did not bother to write a summary. I just stole one straight off.
That's okay.
Narrated by a mysterious yet vicious blogger, Gossip Girl focuses on a set of wealthy teenagers through their day-to-day scandalous lives as Manhattan's elite, and how they betray each other for personal gains.
Yeah, that's basically the show. Yeah. They're all horrible to each other.
They kind of are.
They really are. They're all either completely self-centered, or they're so used to throwing their wealth about that they really don't give a shit.
It's almost
like they're untouchable almost to a degree.
You can kind of grade them on a scale of the main characters that are introduced in the first episode, of like nice to like
insane,
complete and absolute dickhead.
Yeah.
with the nicest, I'm guessing, and that's mostly just because of her naivete, is Jenny.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny Jenny, who was like 12
Yeah, Taylor Momsen was 12 filming the premiere, filming the pilot. I think when they actually went to film the season, she was 14.
She was 13 or 14, yeah.
So, but she's the only cast member who's actually, like, of the young cast, who's actually her age that she's portraying. And it does come across, she's a fantastic actress, actually. They do her really dirty in the later seasons.
Well, she's playing 14, 15-year-old.
She's playing a 14-year-old.
The rest of them are all playing 16 and 17-year-olds.
And they're all early 20s.
And they're all early 20s, whereas she's actually younger than the person she's portraying. Yeah. But yeah, she's probably the nicest of them because she's so little and innocent and naive.
And her family, like in fairness, the Humphreys he's the scholar. They're in the school on partial scholarship.
They're the working class ones.
They're the working class ones.
Their dad works at an art gallery
he owns the art gallery. And
that's working class.
He's a former rock star.
Yeah, that's working class.
And they live in a loft in Brooklyn, and mom's in upstate Hudson working on her art, and they're totally having a good time. And that's really not appropriate questions to be asking your kids fresh off the train, who are like, oh, mum's fine, like fine, I'm going to come home to my family, or fine, I'm going to stay in Hudson. And the kids are just like,
it's inappropriate, but
fun.
He's a minor character, so we're not going to talk about him. Then next on the scale is probably Dan.
Just because, again, virtue of the environment he was raised in, and even though he's been in the school for longer, he stays to himself. He's like, he doesn't interact with them, and he's just like, fuck this shit, get into college, use every advantage I have to get into college. Like, he understands the sacrifices the parents have made to get him into the school.
Yeah.
He understands the opportunities that are afforded to him by being in the school. So he's a lot more determined.
I'm assuming just by the nature of the show, he's eventually going to end up doing some dickhead things.
Oh, God, yeah.
Whereas Jenny, being that bit younger, is probably going to be the punching bag of the show, and a lot of shitty things are going to happen to her.
Oh, God, Jenny can't get out of her own way.
As we already see in the first episode.
It really annoys me because I really enjoy Taylor Momsen. Like, she's great as Jenny, but the show just makes her into a fucking car crash. Yeah. They really do.
You don't see that there's not much of that in this. In this, she's just kind of like...
Oh, she becomes Blair 2.0.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Because next on the scale, I would probably put Blair's fella.
Dear sweet Nate Archibald, who is like, if the Deep hadn't been given V and had wealthy parents.
Well, I was going to say he's deep in voice only, because he's got such a baby face in this compared to the boys, but he still sounds exactly the same, and it was a bit like, what the fuck, when I first watched it. But he's a bit of a dickhead because he cheated on his girlfriend. Yeah. And kept it a secret for a year.
But then he
eventually owns up.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, like, he sees through Chuck's bullshit.
Yeah, I think they've just been friends for too long.
He calls him out in a little bit, but not in any big ways. So, like, still a dickhead in some ways.
Yeah.
but probably like next closest to nice on the scale.
Nate's about the closest you're going to get to like the golden retriever in this. Like, he means well all the time. He never means any harm.
Yeah, and he seems to want to like break out from under his like his parents' control a little bit in this episode at least. And then next on the dickhead scale is probably, it's a toss up between Blair and Serena, but I'm gonna say Blair first.
Yeah. Blair you can reason with.
Just because she's got a bitch mom.
They do recast.
We see
her mom is the only person who's recast from the pilot, and they change. She's older. She's a bit warmer. She's not quite as fun. She still has. There's still backhanded remarks, but there's love there as opposed to Jesus Christ, whatever
like
the fuck.
Rufus, side character. Don't care. Blair mostly gets the next, is below Serena on the dickhead scale because she's the one who's largely on the defensive. Yeah. Her best friend fucked off with no explanation and then came back with no explanation.
Just arrived in her house.
Her best friend also fucked her boyfriend. So...
Well, she doesn't know that yet.
Doesn't know that yet. No, but these these are the things that have happened to her that are not necessarily good. She does some shitty things as well. But largely the things that happen to her are shittier than the things she does.
She's reactionary.
So she places lower than Serena, who is next on the dickhead scale. Second from top.
So self-absorbed.
She really is. She comes back because her brother has attempted suicide and the whole fucking episode is about her. Even when it's about her brother, it's about her.
She makes everything about herself. She is so self-centered. And so self-involved.
And tries to make out like the mom is being a complete bitch, like she's hiding the brother away. Well, no, it largely seems like mom is getting the brother the help that he needs.
And she's also trying to...
He's in a rich, like, expensive psychiatric institution.
And it's like, he's with Aunt Carol in Miami. Yeah, because she's trying to protect him from the gossip as well. Because he's also, he's supposed to be about Jenny's age. He grows up and is in Stakeland.
Plus, I mean, again, from what we've seen just in this episode alone, she used to be a groupie. She's
mom. Oh yeah.
So she knows at least what the real world is like.
Yeah, she's been out there. Like,
I'd imagine she's not hiding him away just to be mom of the year as
she understands
Serena
what a scandal it can be.
Well, maybe it's partly that, but I'd also say she's just trying to
things
protect
like
her
that,
son
like the
from
whispers from that would follow him. So I'm kind of like.
Well, that's what Serena says as well when she comes back. She's like, he says, "Oh, I bet you there's loads of rumors about why you're back," and she says, "Yeah, but none of them are about you." Yeah. But otherwise, she's just a bitch. She sleeps with her boyfriend's.
Her best friend's boyfriend. She was a mess.
She lies to a load of people.
She gets drunk and then is like, I'm going with you because I'm hungry.
We'll get on to the underage drinking. And she's just generally not a likeable character. No. And the more that we see of her in the episode and the more that's told of her, I'm like, she's like, why is Dan so desperate for her? Yeah. Why is he desperate, Dan? Yeah. And then top of the dick scale, no questions asked.
Oh, Chuck Bass.
100%. Punchable face and all.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck Bass.
They didn't want to cast him.
They did. What do you mean? He's got such a punchable face.
Because they thought he looked too much like a serial killer than like a rich boy. But it works with the character.
He's a dickhead.
He's a fair fucks to Ed Westwick because he is a 100% like dick character. He's so unlikable. He's so smarmy. Like you just don't want him to touch you. Like, he's slimy.
Oh, and it just but honestly, literally every time he's on screen, he's doing something dickish. Yeah. Every time, except for maybe the very first time you see him when they're at Blair's party and he's like, "Do you want to go outside for some fresh air?" Yeah. And that's it. He's just, but that's, other than that, every other time he's on screen, he's a fucking dickhead. Yeah. I assume that that's the point, you know what I mean?
Chuck's a dick. At one point, his excuse for something is, "I'm Chuck Bass."
I believe it.
And it's accepted as it. Everyone else is giving their reasons, and he just looks at it like about this whole list of shit that's come out that's like really depraved, and they just all look at him, and he just says, "I'm Chuck Bass."
That's our main cast of characters from nicest to most dickish. We've mentioned moms and dads, and then the only other people really that are in it are very briefly the two like minions.
Cody and Iz. Yeah. They are literally referred to. She calls them minions. They are referred to as minions.
And the brother who we mentioned.
Eric. Yeah, he kind of comes in and out of it. He's not really... You don't see him as much as Jenny. Jenny is more present throughout the series.
He's a very boy band looking motherfucker.
Oh, the frosted tips. Yeah.
And that's pretty much, I'm assuming that's largely everybody in the first season. They might introduce one or two more characters, but
there's one or two others,
the main cast.
But they're minor.
Yeah.
Dan's best friend Vanessa, who he told her he loved her, and then she left for a year.
I'm never
this
watching
isn't
any
in the
more
pilot.
of this show. I don't care.
She comes back and Serena's all like,
You're still telling me.
I know.
The events of the pilot are largely just Serena's back end causing waves.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Where's she been?
Yeah, where has she been and what's she going to do now? And wreck everybody's life, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, mostly just Blair and Nate's.
Yeah, she just comes back and drops a bomb.
And largely every plot thread is about her, and every character's like story in the episode is about her.
Yeah, Jenny
has to choose. Well, not has to choose, but Jenny is kind of like, who's the one that I want to like...
Yeah, she's like, Jenny's trying to get in with the girls.
Yeah.
Like, she wants to make friends.
Nate and Blair's world is turned upside down by her return and the fact that he confesses to what happened. Dan is all... As I said, he's desperate. He's desperate Dan for her. Even Serena's mom and Dan's dad... are affected by Serena's actions in as much as they reconnect.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that then carries on.
Yeah.
And I suppose Chuck really is the only one who's not directly affected, except for the knee to the testicles.
And then the black eye.
And the black... Well, yeah, I suppose because she knows how to find him when he's trying to sexually assault Jenny after having tried to sexually assault her. But he's largely just being a dick in general.
Yeah.
He's the one who's least affected by Serena's return compared to everybody else. But yeah, like everybody in the episode, except for the two minions, what happens to them in the episode, the story is largely based around her.
Yeah, everything's fine until she comes back. And she just lobs a hand grenade into their nice little life.
I'm guessing it continues muchly that way.
Oh god, yeah.
We have kind of little factions and things set up, I'm guessing,
little friend groups
in as much as like Dan and Serena are now on one side and Dan and Chuck have enmity between them. Blair and Chuck, I'm guessing, are going to be also kind of on the other side compared to them.
They're not above teaming up with each other if their end goal is the same.
As pilots go, it does a good job introducing the characters, setting up who they are, and kind of setting up where it's going to go forward. Like, it's not my type of show at all.
No.
At all. But I can see why it was popular.
Yeah.
Like, it's well produced, it's well written.
And
like, it is well written.
Now you could just go and follow rich teens on Instagram and see what their life is like.
I wonder how much different the reboot is.
Because that was the thing, like, a lot of people were like, how will it work? Because that's the thing I love about it, is everybody has Blackberries, because that you could get email on them. The iPhone didn't exist.
That's the one thing that absolutely dates this, is all the phones in it.
All the phones, the text tones
and the references to MySpace, I suppose.
Yeah, and two really, really wealthy people getting the bus.
I don't know that dates it so much as it just stands out like a fucking sore thumb. Like, yes, why are two incredibly rich kids on the bus with the ostensibly poor kid?
Yeah. Okay.
That's not even my biggest problem with the show. My biggest problem with the show is that they are high school students.
Yeah.
I couldn't, through either watch, I couldn't take it serious. I had to pretend
they were in college.
I just had to.
Yeah.
Otherwise I just couldn't take it. Just not just the fact that they're drinking all the time.
And getting served in bars in New York where...
Oh, well, I don't question that. They're fucking rich.
Yeah.
They're rich and white in New York. They can get whatever the fuck they want. But it's just the way they're all acting. And I just can't. I think they have to be college students for it to be believable for me. I just can't believe these people as 16 and 17 years olds. I really fucking can't. And if you transpose it into a college setting or a university setting, like, it would work fine. They can be seniors at a college. Jenny can be the junior at a college. That's why she's just starting in the same school as her older brother or whatever. And it's still probably going to be underage drinking because America, 21 to drink, like, but just, they're not, I can't, they're not college, or they're not high school students. I just can't take that. Much of the show actually set in school post this.
Yeah, they're in, like, they would be in and out of school, like, quite a bit, like, and there's events that happen in the school, and, like, there's a whole big thing. I think at the end of this season, they're sitting the SATs.
Because you wouldn't even know that they were in school if it wasn't for
The uniforms.
They're not even in uniforms. It's ties. Ties are the only... they've got school ties on. That's it. Like, otherwise, they're just, college students. I had to take them as college students the whole way throughout. Because I just couldn't believe it otherwise. It was just too much for me. Even with them being rich kids. Like, you know, I don't know. And our college, or our high school kids that... I mean, I know they are concerned with, like, cliques and gossip and things like that. But again, it just seems like a slightly more adult thing to be following, like, this gossip thing. I suppose that's also one of the other main characters that we haven't mentioned.
Yeah, is Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl herself.
Yeah.
Very fucking annoying.
There's not as much narration throughout it.
There's a lot of narration in this episode, and I think I asked you this when we were watching it. I was like, does Kristen Bell
does her voice.
Does she ever tone it down or pull it back?
Nope.
Because it is so fucking over the top, the narration. It's just so smug sounding the whole time. And like so fucking like self-pleasing and just I really fucking couldn't. And I hope that not that I'm gonna continue watching it, but I would hope that they do.
No, it's mainly
if she doesn't pull it back, then at least there's less narration.
At the intro or at like certain points throughout it.
Where like big plot things happen. But like just there's so much of it in this episode and I really couldn't handle it, especially when she's just calling them like S and B and shit like that. I couldn't. It was too much.
It's based on a series of books.
When were the books written?
2002. Well, at least that's when the first one was published.
Still be roughly.
It was still
in the
like
same
of its
era
time.
Of technology.
Yeah.
Like there would still have been like gossip columns and stuff. I saw that at the start that it was like based on like Cecily von Ziegler or something like that. And I thought to myself, gee, I wonder when they were based, because if it was like the 90s or something like that, it would be like, what was this coming out in zines or something?
Yeah.
But...
yeah, there's like 13 books, I think.
How closely do they follow the...
No idea, never read them.
Ah, right.
Like the books were coming out during while the show was still coming out. It was like while the show was airing, so...
Because I'm not going to lie, I didn't do an awful lot of research. Not that I often do a lot of research for these episodes, but I didn't do much for this one. And I was like, oh look, they're based on books. Fair enough.
Yeah. Like most of them, like The Vampire Diaries is based on a series of books and the show has nothing to do with the books. They just took the name and the character names and the setting and that's it, and then just ran with it. The
trivia for this episode was largely just like, this actor appeared with this actor in this other thing several different times, and then something about Chuck Bass's one of his parents being dead.
Yeah, his mom's dead.
But he mentions
having parents in it in
this episode. And then the only other bit of trivia was what you already said about how they recast Thingy's mom. But like, I don't know. I'm not going to say I enjoyed it, because I didn't. But I disliked it less than I thought I would. Yeah. Like, because I never watched any teen dramas. Even when I was a teenager, the nearest thing I would have watched would have been like Buffy.
Buffy was good.
And
Angel.
Well, an Angel, but they had that supernatural element going on. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? It was... And like, obviously there was plenty of teen drama in Buffy too, but I never thought that way.
There was also monsters and violence.
Exactly, so, and creepy dialogue. But I never thought if I sat down to watch a just pure straight teen drama that I would enjoy it. And I was correct in that I didn't enjoy it, but I also didn't hate it. Yeah. Like I said,
you really hated the captain. He is a dick. Nate's dad.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be a dick. Yeah. But like I didn't hate it in the same way that I hated like things in Twilight. I wasn't angry at it. Like it wasn't stupid, except for like the whole I can't take them as teenagers thing. Yeah. There was nothing that like made me angry or made me go, why are you doing this? Why is this thing happening on screen? We'll see how that continues on as we go forward. I know some of the other shows we have planned are a little bit more ridiculous than this. But yeah, no, like I can see the appeal.
The one takeaway I always have from it when I watch it is it must be exhausting being that wealthy. Just they always seem to be acting and running around the place and we have to go to this and we have to go to that and we have to be at this and
I'm pretty sure they're making themselves that busy. Yeah. Nobody's making them do any of that shit. Yeah. Especially as teenagers. Especially as fucking teenagers. Also, they're just out drinking. Like, now we're on to problems they have with it. Yeah. Aside from the fact that they are out drinking all the time, they're just out on their own all the time. Yeah. Like, these are, yes, they are rich kids, and I have no questions really with the fact that their parents are allowing them to get drunk. But, like, there's got to be, like, a driver or a bodyguard. Like, especially with some of these super rich kids.
Yeah.
You know, like one of them owns it. Well, he doesn't own the hotel, but his parents just bought that hotel.
Yeah.
So that I'm guessing they own other, like, not hotels, other massive properties.
There's
massive,
a Waldorf.
And is it supposed to be that Waldorf?
I think they are part of that family. Nate's mom's a Vanderbilt.
Well, like I said,
who are like disgustingly
the poorest
wealthy.
People that we meet on the show
are the Humphreys.
Own an art gallery
and a really nice loft. I love the loft. I would live in the loft.
Well, I mean, it's
cool. I love it. I love of all the places in it. The loft is my favourite. It's the one I would be like, I'm comfy in. Oh god, yeah.
And I know, like, you know, art galleries aren't necessarily owned by the super rich or anything like that. But when Jenny makes the comment about the dress costing more than their rent, I'm like, you don't fucking rent that place.
No, you don't. You own
Or if
that.
you do rent that place, that dress probably doesn't cost more than the rent, because that rent is going to be fucking expensive, even if it is a loft.
You own that place. Like
you own an art gallery, you own that place. They're the poorest people in the show.
Yeah. And he's on a partial scholarship. Not a full scholarship, a partial scholarship. 2 of them.
Yeah, and I mean, I know when you're talking that level of rich, he probably is poor by comparison, and the rest of the people probably look at him as poor.
Oh god, yeah, he's poor.
You know what I mean? It's like when Cheryl goes to Singapore in Archer.
Oh my god, I'm poor here.
Poor here. So like that's probably one of the other reasons why I would never connect with this show, is because I just have no interest in the lives of the super wealthy. I really fucking don't.
It is. A lot of it is like that voyeuristic aspect of like the excess and like what the rich get up to behind closed doors, and this very exaggerated portrayal of that, unless you're Diddy.
But I kind of don't care what they get up to behind closed doors in their private lives, unless they're Diddy. I kind of care about what they get up to behind closed doors in their business lives, when they're fucking the rest of us over. Yeah. And I might be more inclined to watch a show about that.
Yeah, this is more escapism. It's like they're teenagers. Oh, what's the worst they can get into? Murder.
Murder, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, fair enough. Do they ramp up to the murder?
No, season 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's not even like...
That's why she was gone. Spoilers.
Whatever. I really don't think our listeners...
That's why she ran away.
Okay, fair enough.
She killed a guy.
So it's not like, you know...
With Georgina.
We're just a normal teen drama show, and we've run out of things to do. Let's do murder. They just throw it in there straight away in season 1.
Yeah.
Is it at least the finale?
No, it all gets sorted out, and she comes out fucking scot-free like a fucking...
Fair enough.
She's like a bad penny. She keeps coming out, everything all right. Then you find out that, like, she got her... When she was away at boarding school, she had an affair with one of the teachers, and he's in prison now.
Rightly so. But, yeah, I don't really like any of the characters.
No, they're horrible people.
Well, I mean, I don't
That's
have any
why you
problems
don't feel
with
bad
Jenny
when horrible shit happens to them.
No, I wouldn't.
They're only people you end up really rooting for, because you don't root for Dan.
Dan's just kind of annoying.
You kind of want Dan to get taken down a peg or two.
He is very cocky and smug.
Yeah.
He's kind of annoying. The rest of them are all dickheads, and Jenny I have no problems with.
Yeah.
That's basically my summary of the characters. But no.
I will say though, the kiss on the lips party at the end, I'd go to that. The warehouse party.
My issue with the kiss on the lips party.
Chaperones?
No, well...
Who rented it to them?
No, not that. When Dan and Serena show up to look for Jenny and Chuck...
Oh yeah, they just walk straight in.
They're suspecting bad things happening. Not even the waltzing in. You're suspecting that this dude is possibly taking advantage of your sister, or at the worst sexually assaulting your sister.
Yeah.
Why are you looking on the dance floor for them?
Bathrooms, corridors, upstairs.
Yeah. Look in the less populated areas.
Shaded corners.
He runs around the dance floor. Like, fair enough. When you get in there,
for a lap,
ask people, have you seen them? The first couple of people
have you seen Chuck?
If you immediately can't see them,
especially because people know her name. Because he asks.
People know him. He's the richest fucking... I'm guessing he's the richest one in
he's
school.
Chuck, yeah.
People know him. Like, ask one or two random people, and then go and check the corridors, the bathrooms, the upstairs areas. Like just that was stupid.
Yeah.
The dad is
Rufus?
is involving his kids in his marital problems way too much.
Yeah, not kill Rufus.
At least 2 or 3 times he says things that I was like, that's not cool, dude. Don't be saying that shit to your kids.
They're leaving him to like staple up flyers, and it's like, will you be okay? And he goes off on this big existential thing.
Well, that's just oversharing.
Which very much reminds me of, in Scrubs, when he's like, they're sitting on the porch of the not yet built house, and he turns to her, your one, I can't remember, the thing he's gotten a girlfriend. That's not...
Oh, you're really giving me loads of detail here, aren't you?
I can't remember any of the character names. But she's like, so what do we do now? And he lays out like this whole life plan about like getting married and having kids and shit like that. And she's like, I went for dinner.
Oh, right.
And she gets freaked out and leaves. It's very much that kind of energy. It's like, no. Yeah, I think you need to go and pay somebody to listen to you.
It's mostly just that comment in the train station at the start, and then there's another one in the apartment. I can't quite remember what it is he says. It's in that conversation. Yeah, he says something really shitty. But yeah, so nobody's likable.
No.
I assume they're largely not supposed to be.
No, the things that happen to them.
Like you said, yeah, it's about watching and being like, haha, dickhead.
Yeah, like you're sad, like when they get their comeuppance, like it is satisfying. The only people you kind of ever really root throughout the series would be Jenny and Nate.
I assume they have their ups and downs, and there's parts where you're like, oh look, they're trying to be a better person and we'll like them for this season or this like story arc, and then they probably go back to being a bit of a dickhead. Yeah. And it's
just
the ups
piss
and
it
downs.
Piss it all away. Yeah.
It is a drama show, so I assume that there is just going to be constant drama.
Yeah.
Especially when they are rich teenagers.
Yeah. Every time you think they've gone, it kind of does devolve into US soap kind of territory. Like, it gets that stupid.
Demon possession?
Not quite demon possession.
We stay in the realm of the real.
There's Lily and Rufus's love child that they find out about, that she gave up for adoption after they split up, that he didn't know about. So Dan and Serena have a half sibling. The family that adopted him tells him that the kid drowned when he didn't, and then he stalks Dan. Hooray! Yeah, and that's mild. Never mind what Georgina does.
Look, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, what about this, the first time you saw it, got you hooked or made you want to watch it?
It was like, that was a mess. I need to see what happens.
So, what you saw of the setup, the drama of
I got hooked.
Best friends who have
I was like, no, because
he's in love with.
There's a certain way that, because the pair of them are so much in like keeping up appearances, that the way they will retaliate against each other will get so vicious.
Their little fight on the steps when...
Oh, looks like you have some yogurt left.
Yeah, that whole...
That
was
level
the only
of...
time. That was the only time I could believe they were teenage girls.
That level of like bullying and the lengths they'll go to one up each other.
Yeah.
But also still pretending to be friends. That's all interesting. That their dynamic throughout the whole thing, because they kind of make up, they fall apart, they make up, they fall apart. It's this whole thing of they've known each other for so long, and it's really only proximity keeps them close, that keeps them like friends. Largely
the characters that makes you want to keep watching.
It was for me. I can see it. Like I said, storyline.
That was one of the things that I could appreciate about the show or in this episode at least, it was well written and you got a good sense of who the characters were, and like, yeah, if you're into that, I can see why.
I think like the entire first season might have been out when you started watching. When I started watching it, and it was one of those things where I was like, fuck it, I'll watch the first episode and see. And was like, ooh, this is fun. This is messy. Next episode. And kind of because I watched the whole season, you
were able to get a good sense of
into it and be like, this is ridiculous. This is insane.
That's right, yeah.
As Georgina, and oh my god, she's magnificent. She's not a bitch. She's just fucking evil.
I don't care.
I know. She's fabulous though.
I'm never watching ever. Like that just never watching it again. Like I said, didn't hate it. It's not for me. It's not a show for me. It's not made for me, and I won't watch it again, and I won't care to know. I don't care to know what happens to any of these people.
No, it's very much one that I'll stick on where I'm like, when I've either finished a series and I want, that kind of comfort watch of something that that you don't really have to pay attention to.
Oh, you can dip in and out of it. You find something else to watch.
To watch in between, you can just abandon it, but it's like something to just throw on in the background. It's very much that for me.
Well, there's 6-7 seasons of it. So,
and I'll
there to watch.
Yeah. And I'll generally, depending on if I've found something in between, I'll either make it the whole way through or I'll just abandon it.
I was proud of myself for making it the whole way through. Two watches, but no, not something that I would continue watching.
I think it's very much a nostalgia watch as well, because it was out around the time of the big celebrity paparazzi furore with Britney Spears and Paris Hilton and all of them.
Well, when was it for? 2007.
2007.
So there was still a massive. There still is a massive celebrity culture, but it was different back then.
Really bad. It was when it was super bad, when they were actually dangerous and very predatory. But it was that need to know. Because again, it wasn't accessible the way it is now through social media.
Mm.
So it was you would get hints of this, look at they've spent X amount on fucking gold toilets.
I think that ultimately pins for me why I couldn't really watch the show or couldn't care for it, is because I don't care about the lives of the rich and the famous, and I don't care for that kind of gossip. And similarly, the idea that it's one thing for you to have a fascination with what they get up to. I think it's an entirely different thing.
That there's a blog.
A self-obsessed thing for them all to have an obsession
with
what they're all getting up to.
Because they do eventually tell you who Gossip Girl is.
Yes.
And in fact, it's very heavily hinted at in the very first episode.
Yeah, I know.
Because you knew it, you saw it.
And I saw it straight away, and I was like, look at it, really. They set it up right away in the first episode.
Who it is, and the reason behind it is essentially to stalk Serena and to find out where she is at all times. And by setting up this website that posts sightings, but also because they try and find out a couple of times, and they narrowed it down to 90% of the posts are about the schools and shit that. So it has to be either somebody in the school or close to the school.
Mm.
And then by encouraging other people to send in tips and gossip.
Yeah.
It just fans the flames and gets everyone's reading it then to see who did what ridiculous thing. But
yeah, I don't know, just the idea of them all being so self-absorbed that they read a blog about themselves. I'm just no, thank you.
It's the precursor to Googling yourself.
No, I think it's far more self-obsessed than that.
Because there is points in it where they're is there anything about them on Gossip Girl? Whereas now it would be is there anything about them on Instagram or on, whereas now you would social media stalk people?
Oh yeah, you could see how it would transpose to the modern day, alright. But I think I'm done talking about Gossip Girl. I've said all I had to say.
Yeah.
I praised it in some ways. I think I was largely positive, but just not for me.
No, it did launch Penn Badgley went on to be a very creepy serial killer in You.
Who?
Dan.
Oh, right.
Is
he the main character in You?
Yeah. And he's fucking brilliant in it too. And in my mind, that's what happened to Dan. It makes sense canonically.
So this your thing where Hal becomes thingy in Breaking Bad?
Yes, this is what he does on a Friday.
Dan becomes a serial killer in You.
Yeah. He's already got the stalking thing down, at an early age, and also the guy in You is obsessed with books.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Blake Lively, obviously. Chance Crawford.
Yeah, Chase Crawford, I like that. Yeah. I'm familiar with him.
Yeah. Ed Westwick, who's been in some things, he kind of largely fell off and then came back again. He was in Children of Men.
Was he?
He is
he's Thingy's kid.
Yeah, playing
Theo's
all the weird
nephew.
Stuff.
Yeah.
That's him.
No, the only one that I would be
back.
familiar with from another role would be Chase Crawford. I'm aware of Blake Lively because of being a person who I've seen in some things.
We did watch the awful Green Lantern film.
Yeah, and I just know she's a star. The rest of them I wouldn't really have seen in anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Gossip Girl.
Yeah. It's there.
It's not for me. It is not made for me.
Yeah, I think it's kind of one of those things where if you watched it when it came out, it's still very much yay, but it's kind of you know, the way kids watch Friends now and are like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, it is very much one of those you had to have watched it at the time, because it's...
I don't know, I mean, like, the phones dated it, but I don't think that...
Yeah, a lot of the drama is very much still, like, it's because it's
Yeah,
like universal, it's like boys, and but
yeah,
you've also got this extra level of they're, like, super talented and, like, wealthy and very competitive.
Well, yeah, but, like, it's not dated or anything in the sense that you couldn't watch it today because the core concept doesn't make sense today. Like, there is still gossip websites, and, like, even if there's not gossip websites, there's still fucking gossip. So you would get it, like
the T channels.
But whereas I was never ever going to like or enjoy Gossip Girl. Next week is, I don't know, it could go either way. It's a coin toss because it's the Vampire Diaries pilot episode, season 1, episode 1. And it could be Twilight Part 2 for me, in which case, no, I'm not going to enjoy it, and it's going to make me very, very angry. Or it could be Buffy. It could, I don't know, and I know very little about the show. I watched a little bit of True Blood.
Yeah.
I've watched a few episodes of the first season, and then random episodes here or there.
Yeah, that's because I think I made you actually watch the opening scene in True Blood with the dude pretending to be the vampire, and then the redneck vampire.
Yeah. But True Blood is not.
True Blood it's HBO. It's an adult show.
Yeah, it's not teen drama.
The books are adult as well.
Vampire Diaries is teen drama.
Yeah.
It's supernatural teen drama.
Yeah.
But then so is Buffy.
Yeah.
So, and as I say, I don't know anything about the show. I don't know if it's supposed to be more of the teen drama side or more of the supernatural, like True Blood style of vampires, where they're going to be killing lots of people. So it could go either way, but I know that one of the vampires is in love with a teenage girl, so that's Twilight territory.
It's also got Steve McQueen's grandson in it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, conveniently named Stephen R. McQueen.
That was easier. But beyond that, I don't really know anything about the show other than it's got that Twilight thing of
there's vampires,
schoolgirl and vampire who falls in love.
It also spawned 2 spin-offs that were hugely successful.
2 spin-offs?
Yeah, so you got the originals.
I've heard of that.
And the originals is great. I'm a big fan of the originals. It's more adult. Then Legacies, which would be more back to like super young teenager kind of, like they're actually like 15, 16 in it, like they're actually kids in it.
Alright. I think that's kind of what I think.
Legacies is cool because it's the kids.
That's kind of what I think spin-off should do. They should do, the spin-off should be different enough from the main show that should attract a new audience. But that's a conversation for another day. So that was Gossip Girl. Next week is Vampire Diaries. And then after that, we've got 2 more weeks of punishment for me.
Yep. It's okay. One I think you'll enjoy, and the other one I know you're gonna fucking hate, but it's so hilarious.
Well, that's okay. I'm looking forward to getting like a bit of a hate boner on for something, because I was expecting to.
Oh, you're gonna have such a hate boner for this.
I was expecting to hate Gossip Girl, and I didn't hate it. I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't made for me. So I hated Twilight. and it was fun to hate Twilight, so I'm looking forward to getting some fun hate on in the coming weeks. But we'll see how next week goes.
Yeah, because I couldn't bring myself to make you watch like full movies of like teen drama, like, or like especially like the early 2000s or like teen movies.
No,
like
probably
Mean Girls.
Happen.
You couldn't.
But
you might make it through Mean Girls, but probably not 10 Things I Hate About You.
No, that would be a tougher sell. That would be a tough.
Even though it's Shakespeare, it's The Taming of the Shrew.
That doesn't entice me anymore to want to watch it. No,
at all. That entices me, not you.
Yeah, but yes, that was Gossip Girl. Next week, Vampire Diaries. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. As ever, if you want, you can head back and check out our previous episodes or our other podcast, Mono Rants the Boys, where we talk about better shows and movies.
Yeah.
And you can come and chat with us on Twitter at RantsMono, on Instagram at monorants_the_boys. Blue Sky at Monorants, or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll catch you all next week. Bye bye.